delighted to say hello, Jayden Wareham. Nice to meet you for the first time, and congratulations on signing a professional deal with Woking.
Thank you very much.
You must be very pleased.
Very happy.
Good to know. Let's find out a bit more about you. Where are you from?
So I was born and raised in Windsor. And I've been all around Windsor. I went to Windsor Boys School, and yeah.
And you're still there now?
No, I actually stopped because I'm doing a BTEC Level 3 diploma across the road actually at Westfield.
Yes.
With obviously another boy, Salim, as you know. And yeah, it's really good.
So you're living nearby now?
So I'm living in Maidenhead.
Oh, okay.
Maidenhead, yeah. So I was at Windsor because I went primary school in Windsor, middle school, and upper school as well. And then I moved to Maidenhead, and yeah, been there ever since.
Right. Okay. And you mentioned primary school. Were you the best footballer in primary school?
Primary school feels like it was ages away. Like, it feels like so long ago. But yeah, I did do all sorts of sports. I was one of the best footballers. That's when I started really knowing that I was a good footballer. Got in the school team, scoring goals every week.
When you were in year 4 and all that?
Yeah, year 4 and then got to middle school as well, and I was still scoring and getting on the score sheet. So yeah. Right.
Have you always played as a striker?
Yeah, always been a striker. Yeah.
Right. And how old are you now?
I'm 17.
In fact, you were 17 only about a week ago, weren't you?
Yeah. Just recently turned 17, and yeah, to be a 17-year-old in this sort of club is brilliant, and it's a great platform for me to start out for my career.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you definitely see football as a long-term career then?
Yes. Yeah. 100%.
Of course. When did you join Woking Academy?
Oh, Woking Academy was last pre-season. I played my first game against Brighton, I think. It was a friendly, and I met Scott and Denty and all the other Woking staff, and they said, look, come down, see how it is. And it was after actually a thing called exit trials.
Yes.
So I went to an exit trials after getting released by QPR.
Okay.
And yeah, Scott was one of the people that were at the exit trials, and he said, look, come down, we want to have a look at you. So he sent him a couple of clips of me. He said, yeah, we like the look of you, we need a striker, come see what happens. And yeah, in the first pre-season he liked me, started playing me, then I started getting my goals started coming in, then started fitting into the team really well, and yeah, the rest is... Was
that the first year team, or were you playing for...
Yeah, it was the first year, it was the first years I played for.
Were you playing for the under 18s or anything like that?
It was under 18s, yeah.
Oh, it was? 18s. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Did you have other possibilities, or was
I had a couple of other trials, couple of higher leagues, lower leagues, and I went to... The problem was, about 2 years ago, a lot of clubs went for the big players, and they didn't really like the small players. They wanted a big built.
Yeah.
So as a striker, they wanted more of a target man, and that was the same as QPR. I was there for 5 years, and they said they didn't want someone that could score goals, which I thought was a bit funny. But they said, we just want a big guy up top that can hold the ball, target man.
Yeah.
So I was like, right, okay. I said to him, you'll hear my name in years to come, hopefully, and right now I'm trying to just prove it.
Sure. So do you see yourself as a centre forward or as a number 10 or a winger? Or?
Yeah, centre forward. I've adapted my game a little bit more. I've become a lot quicker than I did a couple of years ago, and I'm better at holding the ball up now. I've become a bit bigger than I was about 2 years ago.
Right, so you first came the start of last season, but by Christmas you were training with the first team, weren't you?
Yeah, so I was I think in the academy for about 5 months.
Yeah. And
I scored, I was on about 20 goals in something like 10 games or something. And yeah, Daus must have heard about it and seen I was on a score sheet every week and said, look, we'll have him in. And this is actually the beginning of this year. And obviously then I had my debut against Sutton. And came on, I think it was last 10 minutes, but the experience and stuff, and I loved it. And I've been in men's football now for, I think, a year and a half. And so I've been in a lot of men's football, so I just love it.
Do you remember that first time you went training with the first team?
Yeah, I do. And
I'll tell you why I asked, because Daus talked about it on his catch-up that week.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because he said you kicked lumps out of Dave Tarp.
Yeah, Tarps, yeah. I went in and as obviously my age, I was so erratic. I wanted to show what I was about in just one session. I thought this has got to be my time to show that I can make the squad Saturday, say. And yeah, I went in and it was the first little keep ball session. It went straight to Tarps, and I've come in just taking him out, swept him. And I said to him afterwards, like, sorry mate, and he was like, no, it's alright, you nearly broke my leg, but that's alright.
Yeah, Douse enjoyed it a lot, he thought it was excellent. Yeah, and then you say you came on against Sutton. One of the pictures I got of you was you jumping with a 9-foot centre back.
Oh yeah.
And you were up there with him too.
Yeah, I know, yeah, that's the thing about my game as well. I've got a good leap on me, so I win a lot of flicks and headers. And
yeah, definitely. Okay. Have you got who do you support? What team do you support?
So there's 2 teams I support. Arsenal is my Premiership, but there's an old Windsor Vets team that I support every week. Go and watch. My dad plays for them.
Yeah.
So I go and my dad's been there now for around 5-6 months, so I watch them a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Good. Is that Sundays?
Yeah, Sundays. Yeah.
Yeah. And who's your favourite Arsenal player of the current team?
Oh, it's got to be Aubameyang for me.
Yeah.
Got to be Aubameyang. Yeah.
Fair enough. Makes sense. And what about Arsenal of all time?
All time, I'm gonna have to say Thierry Henry.
Yeah, I had a bet with myself in my head that it would be Thierry Henry or Dennis Bergkamp.
Yeah, both of them. I'll say Thierry Henry just beats him, but yeah, he's a great player as well.
Yeah. And apart from football, what else are you interested in? What else do you do?
Football is just my life at the moment. Like,
yeah.
I was when I was younger, I went to a lot of played a bit of rugby, hockey. I did loads of stuff when I was younger. But now it's because you get into men's football, especially like a club like Woking, it's all the time. Plus you've got to think about your recovery, sleep pattern, what you eat and stuff like that. So it's just coming so thick and fast, especially now the season's just around the corner. Yeah. It's just all the time at the moment. So which is good.
And lastly, because you've only just become 17, I assume Mum and Dad still have to take you everywhere.
Yeah, so I've obviously before COVID hit, I was planning on getting my driving licence and getting it all done, and then they stopped it completely, and it got delayed. So yeah, it's all right though. I don't mind. Mum and Dad, massive support on my football, yes, massive. So
no doubt they're very happy to do it.
Yeah, massive. Yeah,
help
so
you along the way.
Obviously I've got the people that can help me get to training and stuff like that if Mum and Dad can't, but they don't mind doing it. They're happy with it.
Great. Well, thanks very much for your time this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Look forward to seeing you banging in the goals for Woking.
100%.